Ray Nebel from Select Sires, Vice President of Technical Service Programs. And I think today we're going to talk a little bit about the new Select Detect activity system. And what we're releasing here at World Dairy Expo this year is the app. For my generation, heat detection was art. For the new generation, heat detection is an app. And so that you can go to it 24 hours a day. And basically press the button and it tells you high activity cows, low activity cows, heat expectancy on cows that were bred 21 or 42 days ago. What we have here, is the Select Detect system was released last year at Expo. We've been selling about one every 4 days is what we've averaged. Today in the US we have 130 systems out in the last year. And herd sizes vary from 30 cows all the way up to 3,300 cows. 23 different states and 4 Canadian provinces. So it's actually really taken off, and I see it taking off again this fall. The summer was slow. I think a little bit of that is because of the lack of breeding in the summer, the heat. So we're really looking at a lot of excitement here. The equipment comes from Ireland. When we look at all the activity systems, were developed either in Sweden, in Ireland, in Germany, in Israel. And so mainly Europe's ahead of the game as far as animal welfare. And the two big advantages dairymen see is the lack of hormone injections, because many of the farms today are some type of synchronization program, and they'll tell you 70 to 80% of the cows are now bred on natural heats, and probably only about 20% of the cows do they need an off-sync type protocol and timed AI. And of course, the second one would be the labor, reduced labor, because somebody's out there or something's out there checking cows 24 hours a day. The first thing they'll see is more pregnant cows at preg check, fewer open cows because someone's catching those cows return. And that'd be the first thing dairymen see. Most herds, almost all herds, have seen an increase in increase in conception rates, and that's due to one, to breeding cows that are in heat, and the other one is a timing factor. Most dairymen have gone back to AM/PM, and I know it's not practical for all herds, but if going back to AM/PM, we'll see about a 4 to 5% increase in conception. When you look at preg rates on average probably went up 3 to 5%. Some of the herds that were lower preg rates saw bigger advances, but we had a herd that was 23% preg rate and they actually went up to 26. So tomorrow at World Dairy Expo we'll have a producer panel where we have 5 producers, 2 from Wisconsin, 1 from Michigan, 1 from Iowa, 1 from Illinois. That's going to be on that panel to kind of can get questions, because we can talk about it and how it works, but the proof is really talking to a producer that's put the system in and used the system. So we really see that in probably 5 years, all AI studs will probably have an activity system. There's probably 8 on the market today commercially. And we've had a number of dairymen come in and they're confused right now because one company's telling them this, one company's telling them that. And one of the things I ask them to do is who's going to support the system after it's installed. You know, who do they work for? Who do they trust at coming back and working with them as far as a representative that knows how the system works and how to make it adapt? I'd say one of the biggest advantages that we have with this system is the adaptability to customize it to every farm, because every farm's a little bit different. So that customization is something that's unique to this system. But there's a lot. I've encouraged all the dairymen to go look at all the systems, ask the hard questions. The cost is a factor. They're not inexpensive. But if you look at what they do and what they can replace, they'll pay back. And we've got a return on investment calculator that usually takes about 2 to 2.5 years to pay back. But I think there's very few things that they invest in the farm that they'll get a payback that quick. So again, I think dairymen need to ask questions, need to go to farms. In Wisconsin, there's 4 field days in the month of November. We've had field days in Iowa, Minnesota. To go to the field days, talk to dairymen, kick their tires, you might say, and see how it might work for you.